Russian warships in the Black Sea and troops on the Ukrainian border. A flexing of muscles by Moscow, which has pushed Kiev to sound the alarm. On Tuesday, the Ukrainian foreign minister met with NATO allies in a bid to gain their support.
By gathering today, we try to avoid the mistake that was made in 2014, when Russia was ready to act swiftly and pursue its military goals in Crimea and Donbas, while our Western partners were considering their reactions to what was happening on the ground.
In recent weeks, Moscow has moved thousands of combat-ready troops to Ukraine's borders, the largest massing since Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014.
Russia's considerable military buildup is unjustified, unexplained and deeply concerning. Russia must end this military buildup in and around Ukraine, stop its provocations and de-escalate immediately.
Russia says its military presence is for training purposes in response to what it says is threatening military action by NATO, and warned the United States to keep its warships away from Crimea, calling their deployments in the Black Sea a provocation. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Washington stands firmly behind Kiev after meeting with his Ukrainian counterpart in Brussels, as the U.S. announced that it is sending an extra 500 troops to Germany to strengthen bilateral ties.
Well, let's get the analysis. We're joined by Pavel Felgenhauer, a military analyst joining us from Moscow. Pavel, getting to you. From your perspective and from your analysis, what is Russia actually doing right now?
Well, there's an unprecedented mobilization of Russian forces in the entire territory of Russia, from Alaska to the Baltics. Hundreds of thousands of Russian troops have been mobilized and moved out into field conditions, and a large number of them have been moved to the Ukrainian border. Today, the Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu announced that 2 field armies have been moved to the west, basically to the Ukrainian border, and 3 major units of the airborne has also been moved.
Perhaps one can understand, Pavel, that Kiev is concerned about this.
Of course they're concerned, but this is a demonstrative mobilization. Russia is not making a secret of it. The Russian troops are moving in daylight without any kind of measures of concealment. And the Russian officials have been acknowledging that Russia, yes, is moving, and it's right. And actually, there's also been an official announcement that Russian nuclear deterrent has been put on a heightened capability, and Russian mobile ICBMs have been moved out of permanent storage into the field for possible launch against America and its allies. So this has been a very vivid build-up. And today Biden phoned Putin, and this is interpreted in Moscow as a victory for Russia, that Russian blackmail is working. And that means most likely there's going to be more of that.
So this military build-up, a clear provocation to Kiev and a warning to NATO and the US.
Well, it's not so much to Kiev so much as to the West. In Moscow, it's believed that the government in Kiev is a Western puppet, and that we're trying to deal with their puppet masters in Washington and in Brussels. The Western reaction has been discoordinated up to now. But the phone call from Biden, well, basically, yes, this is a good idea. Because before that, there were no communications happening. But just talking is not enough to defuse this present situation.
Pavel Felgenhauer, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for joining us, military analyst joining us from Moscow.